Good evening, Facebook family. Welcome to another episode of Post Daily Dose. With me, your trusted parenting advisor, faithful guide and servant on the healing journey. What's my name? Big Papa Brian+Post. Tonight's episode, we're going to talk about moods, meds, and mania. This is episode number 88. 88 straight days I've been laying it down with you guys. We've been celebrating and can I call it worshiping the power of love. I think I'm in a mellow mood this evening and was debating several different topics to discuss with you. And I settled on this one. And I think it's because of a carryover. I think last night I talked to you about the coaching session I did with the family and the young man with the early birth trauma. Maybe that was a couple nights ago. Can't remember. Amazingly, I'm 45 and my short-term memory is not what it used to be. It's so interesting. I mean, I used to remember like names of an audience. I remember once in a lecture, I remembered the names of all 50 participants. Like all throughout the lecture, I remembered all their first names. I made it a point of remembering their first names. And that was quite a feat. My memory is not there anymore. Sometimes like when I'm getting ready to do this episode, do the Post Daily Dose, like I'll go to the video from yesterday to see what the episode number was, and then I'll go to put it in, and really that quick, I forget the number, and I'll have to go back and look again. And tonight I went and looked, and it was 88, and I do this a lot. I'll do associations. So I did 88, and 88 was the number of Lynn Swann, who's a Hall of Fame wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. My mother's a Steelers fan. I'm not a Steelers fan, but they were always the arch nemesis to the Dallas Cowboys. And Lynn Swann was really good, and he made some fantastic Swan-like catches. So I always remember that number. I mean, Lynn Swann was playing when I was a kid. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm sure some of you can relate as far as the short-term memory thing goes. It's the most important thing you can do for that, in addition to taking fish oil and just getting good food, eating good food, is do lots of breathing and just be really mindful. So that coaching session a day or so ago really stirred up a lot of things for me because it was so powerful. Just the fact that, this young man and this family, his parents have been struggling with him for so long, and they've tried all these different things, and to have insight shared with them that they just hadn't even considered. So it makes me think about mood disorders and people who, this time of year, this other thing, I mean, it's the Friday before Christmas. So there are all kinds of emotions going on. I mean, we some of us have lost loved ones. We've lost friends. And the holidays, especially Christmas time, just like Thanksgiving, bring up a lot of emotions. So there's opportunities for lots of processing and grief. Others of us actually just have reactions. Hey, there's Mike Hook's dad joining me. Others of us just have reactions from like the weather, literally. It's seasonal affective disorder. Some people are just affected by the fact that the day gets darker sooner, so there's not as much sunlight as there has been, and that can have an effect. I remember I was living in Canada, British Columbia, and at one point it was 7 days. There was a 7-day span, and I could feel the walls starting to come in on me because I'm not used to going that long without sunshine. Even here in Oklahoma, I mean, it may be cloudy for a couple of days, but the sun always comes out. Sun's usually always shining. And I could remember that feeling, and I know that there are people that have that same experience. So we have these challenges around the holidays and these mood challenges. And a lot of times we just, without the holidays, people who have mood challenges oftentimes resort to medication. And if you have children who have histories of early trauma, there a lot of times it's medication, and then the medication's not always effective, or it's just the stress of the holidays is going on, and everyone's kind of in this manic state. And what happens after the holidays are over and the mania is worn off? There's the crash. And so it's just a culmination of a lot of things. And I want to just bring that to your consciousness. I want to bring that to your awareness that we can move into a holiday season and we can grieve, we can be in joy, we can be depressed, we can be ecstatic, we can have a whole range of feelings and moods, and they actually can be related to all kinds of different experiences that we've had in our lives. They can be related to loss. They could be related to early loss, like adoption. Your child could have some anxieties around the holidays because of some early loss that they've experienced in their lives, or some experience they may have had with a foster parent. And then you as a parent you could have been carrying anxiety around the holidays for a long time and just never really dealt with it. And so the varying moods that you deal with, that you encounter, that interpersonally that you deal with, that your children are dealing with, I just want to encourage you to slow down. Just slow down and be present. And if whatever the mood is, right? I feel like this is probably the most important part. Whatever the mood is, just honor it. Just honor whatever it is. And it doesn't have to be medicated. And we don't have to have this dissociated mania around the holidays. We can enjoy, we can be sad, we can feel many, many feelings and many, many different mood states. And it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a good thing. It just is. It's just a state of being. And I just really want to encourage you all that when you're this weekend, and heck, you could be shopping at the stores, standing in line, going in traffic, just try to be mindful of not only your own challenges, moods, feelings, excitement, but that of others around you, and try to hold them in a light. Try to hold them in a light of empathy and compassion and understanding. And you can do that in a silent way. You can do that in a quiet way. You can do that in a very gentle way. And the same as I would encourage you to just be gentle with yourself. Some of you are going to be traveling. You may be leaving out this weekend, going on. I know I have family members who are driving distances, either going to in-laws or coming to Oklahoma City to their parents' house, cousins, and you're traveling with children. Taking it easy, being reflective, being understanding, realizing that there's a frenetic energy that is surrounding all of us during this time. Who knows why it even got started? But everyone kind of experiences this intermittent excitement and exhaustion. And that excitement and exhaustion dynamic, it's going to speak to your brainstem. So I'm never quite sure if and I think I mentioned this before, so maybe someone can tell me, if all of a sudden the connection drops off, do you guys just get do I just freeze? Or does it keep talking? Because for me, it just this screen pops up and it says something about being disconnected. I can continue this live video and it'll let me know when I'm back live. I don't know what happens, but it's always interesting. So just be mindful be okay with where you're at. Try to be okay with where your children are at. Realize that there's this frenetic energy that goes all around us during this period of time. It's this intermittent experience of exhaustion and excitement. And that all stirs the brainstem, which stirs up old memories. It stirs up old longings. And a lot of times it stirs up grief and sadness and depression. Just feel it. Just be with it. It's when we try to suppress that and deny it that we usually it ends up coming out as anxiety or irritation or frustration or stress. And so just walk gently. That's all I want to say. Oh, it freezes. Thank you, Christine. It just walk gently through the weekend, through the next several days. I'm going to be with you. I'm going to still be here every day at 6:30. So, chime in. You get a minute, say hi, and we'll make it through these holidays together. And there'll be it'll be a great span of days, and it'll be another celebration, right? You get time off work, you get time with family, you get to enjoy, you also get to have sadness and grieve and feel more connected. See, grieving and sadness actually allows you to connect more, because grief and sadness actually cause the cells of your body to constrict. So when you allow yourself to grieve and be sad, you're actually relaxing your cells. When you relax your cells, you can actually be more open to relationship and connection. So try to remember that, okay? Sadness and grief, which, comes with the holidays and other places. Thank you, Bethany. Which comes along with these seasons, cause us to constrict into survival. It's stress. Sadness and grief are connected to stress, which is connected to constriction, which is connected to survival. The energy of survival, which is connected to the energy of fear. Allowing yourself to grieve, allowing yourself to be sad, allowing yourself to just feel what you're feeling opens your cells up. And when your cells open, you move back into a thriving state, you move back into a relationship state, and then ultimately you move back into an experience of love. So God bless each and every one of you. And remember, in any given situation, you're going to have lots of opportunities over the next span of days, because it's going to be so nutty. You can react from fear and overwhelm and stress and get frustrated and make everyone else feel bad, and then you feel bad. Or you can stop. You can take 3 to 20 deep breaths. Slow down and choose love. I hope you get rest tonight. I hope you wake up in the morning restored, refreshed, reinvigorated, and ready to have a beautiful Saturday. So God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.